Good day everyone and welcome to Exile News, the weekly show that brings you all the important news and informations on Path of Exile. And it's been a week since Legion launched, and right after the first weekend GGG came at us saying how it went. So GGG had a peak player concurrency of over 224,000 players, and that's just the main realm alone, so it's excluding Xbox, it's excluding PS4 and the Chinese realm, which I suppose is pretty damn big itself. And this means that this launch was the most popular overall, which is not surprising because GGG made a lot of effort to actually improve the game this time, and it actually feels much better. Melee feels playable, even though I have a quirk about that, because the way Melee feels playable now is pretty much because it has enough AoE to compete with projectiles and spells, which pretty much brought it back to how it was before before all the AoE were fixed, because it was just too strong. Right now we're seeing like someone like Nugian on Twitch TV, and he is just rocking a cyclone that's bigger than the screen. I expect GGG is going to have some fixes, and Melee will or might not be playable as much as it is right now, but it doesn't matter, it's really fucking fun, so definitely try it out if you haven't had the chance yet. So the launch went pretty well, and of course there were some client crashes and some problems. Some of those are still around, but for the most part they should be fixed. And GG also said what they're working on, so basically some of the most asked things on Reddit and on the forums, and one of the big things was to actually make the icons stand out more, the icons above the head of the Legion encounters, so that you can actually see them better between all of the monsters and the map background. And that's been passed down the artists, and that's gonna happen probably, if it hasn't already. I didn't play the first days because I wasn't able to, so I don't know if it already changed or not. But anyway, also you can see after you free the monsters from their frozen status, you can see the icons on the minimap, so you know you aren't missing any of the big monsters, at least. If you forget some of the smaller ones, whatever, I mean, they're not that important, even though they can drop fragments as well, but it's much rarer. The monsters with the items on their head definitely are worth killing every single time, and Legion is absolutely worth doing. You can get a lot of currency, a lot of good stuff from it. It's definitely a very fun encounter, and you will want to do it every single time you meet it, which is great. That's how content for a league should be, something that you want to do and not something that you want to skip like it was for Synthesis. We also got some community showcase stuff and a couple ExileCon VIP tickets, which are coming soon. But anyway, the art of course includes a lot of stuff. Even a Toucan made it in there, so that's pretty nice stuff from the community. Also, if you are interested in the new tickets, they should be available on Sunday the 16th, which should be today or tomorrow, so depending on where you are right now. And well, good luck if you plan to get one. I suspect they will disappear really quickly. Also, we got a patch, a small or not so small, but pretty much fixed patch, which is 3.7.1, and a couple improvements. The bigger one is the indicator that will display when an incubator is nearing their kill requirement threshold, which is just like how your skill gem is going to level up and you see it on the right side of the screen. The same happens with incubators, so you have an idea or what's gonna pop out soon, which is pretty nice. And then they reduced the damage of a lot of yellow monsters, and also the famous red wave skill, which everyone was complaining about. I don't know why, because I haven't got killed by that, but I guess it was really strong. Also, there's a lot of skill fixes, so if you were using, for example, Flame Dash, it should not consume more than one charge with a single click. It should not cause you the sync. Check your favorite skill if you're playing that in here. For example, I use Sweep, and it didn't deal damage on repeated swings and now it should, so feels pretty good, even though sometimes I feel like I'm missing a bit too much, but that might just be me and my low accuracy, so can't complain about that. Also, there's more fixes and more client fixes, which are always good, so that the clients should be more stable. The client isn't fully stable yet, but it's stable enough to play. One problem we had like yesterday was the fact that the trade site wasn't working really well, and that really puts a dent into the player experience, because playing without trading, especially if you are at the point where you need to trade, where you just need to upgrade your gears, you have the currency, you want to trade and start, for example, mapping or doing Kitava, and you cannot, it's really annoying. It's pretty much like not being able to play. So people complained, probably got fixed really quickly, but the trade site definitely needs to stay up as much as possible. And also we got a very small news about the Legion jewels, and it's the first part, so it's probably, I think it was 3 parts, I can't remember where it said that, but anyway, oh, it says here 3-part new series, and these jewels were designed by Rishis, or however that's pronounced, I'm sorry, and it says how the idea started, how it got thought out, and then it wasn't able to be made, and then now it is, and they brought it back, and it's working pretty damn well. Definitely really interesting stuff, also because this type of design is what is gonna keep long-term players, or rather those players who actually play 8 hours a day, because they will be able to access these jewels, and they will be able to do builds with these jewels. And there's different jewels, they are seeded, so they all do kind of a different thing. It also depends on where you place them, and there's a lot of different stuff that you can do with those, but you cannot start a build with those, so it's really made for players that do play a lot and have the time to think out to farm those jewels or buy them and actually made a build with this. So hopefully we'll start seeing some of those on the stream soon enough, and hopefully they will be crazy enough for people to wish they will be able to do it, even though they probably wouldn't, but it doesn't matter, the wish is there, and that's what is gonna fuel them. But yeah, I guess that was all for this week, and if you enjoyed the video, leave a like and a comment down below. Also, if you want to remain updated every week, be sure to subscribe to my channel. So that was all, I've been your host Orzo, and I'll see you guys the next time.